Well, hello, friends and family, and welcome to Jim's in Town Gardening and Bella's Legacy Rabbitry. So today is Friday. We got another hot day today, 89 degrees, I think. Tomorrow is supposed to be 90, 91 degrees. And then Sunday is 64 for a high. I think next week we're mostly in the 70s, mid-70s, I think, somewhere around there. But crazy. It's hard to get used to it, you know, going right from 40 degree for an average high for a week and then go up near 90. So I just got done planting 2 pounds of the yellow onions, the onion sets, not the onion plants, but onion sets. Got a compost pile turned. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to add I'm going to turn my herd of rabbits into my onion. It's something I do. I've got a lot of it, and might as well use it. It's very, very useful in a garden. If you've never tried rabbit manure before, see if you get a local rabbit farmer. See if you can get some. What I'm using is stuff that I had separated. It's been dried. You know, I do that throughout the winter. I sell quite a few bags of it. And when I don't have, I use in my garden, and I make it all the time. So I'm constantly drying new. Now, when it gets to my tomatoes and my peppers and that kind of stuff, what I do is I dig my hole to put the plants in, and I'll take the raw stuff. There'll be some urine in it, stuff that I don't separate. I'll put that in the hole, cover it up with a little bit of soil, put my plant in, and cover it up. Then I'll throw the dried bunny marbles on the top. It's like a slow release fertilizer. And then I'll bring my wood chips right around it, and pretty much good for the year, you know, when you do that. So give me just a minute. I'm going to turn my rabbits out on the onions, the yellow onions, onion sets. And then I'm going to water them in. And that's an important thing. Once you first put the onion plants in, is get them watered in good. You know, another thing with the bunny manure, you know, somebody said, boy, you put that in awful thick. But here, let me see if I can bring this along with me. The problem is it's hard to see what I'm doing. That way you can hear me as I go down the line. Somebody might say, boy, you put those onions in the manure awful thick. Well, that's the nice thing about the bunny marbles is you can do that with them. You know, it's not a hot manure. In fact, my hibiscus tree inside, hibiscus, however you want to pronounce it, I'll put a good layer of 2-3 inches in the spring when it comes outside, and it does fine. Now another thing, you know, how come you don't put any fertilizer other than that when you're doing, or even the compost? I used to put compost down. You know, when I'd plant my onions, I'd get it down to the bare ground, and hopefully I'm not making everybody dizzy. And then I'd loosen the soil up, put compost in. But you know, with all these wood chips that have been rotting for the last 5, 6 years, 7, 8 years, I can't remember when I started. It's been a little bit. They're constantly breaking down, constantly feeding the soil. Now another thing with these with the rabbit manure is this is going to draw the worms. These worms, night crawlers, I mean, they are going to be into this within days. You know, so there's another way that I'm feeding the soil. So, you know, I've been, give me just a minute when I get down the end of the row. On some of the ministry stuff that we've been doing, we've had different ones talking about different bugs and stuff. Some have said the mosquitoes have been out. Well, here in Maine, I know parts of New Hampshire. My younger years, I grew up in Connecticut, and I never remember those black flies down there. Let me see if I can give you an idea what they're like. Let me go over in the shade, because they're swarming all over me. Let's see if I can. But it's so hard. The sun is just, I'm going to have to go somewhere different where it's not so sunny. There. I'm over by the compost pile. I don't know if you can see those little bugs that are flying around. They swarm, especially when I sweat, if I get into the grass, if I get into the soil. They're a little black bug, and if I can find one, if I have one land on me, I'll show it. You can see on my arm, I mean, they've been biting. The last couple days they hadn't been bad, but boy, today they're starting to bite. Now, once you get a breeze, that seems to blow them away, if you will. When you get when you get hot and dry weather, a lot of times they can't breed and hatch during that time. So, but you can see they're around my face. I see them landing on my glasses. They're just a little fly, and but boy, they bite. They're popular here in Maine. In fact, they ought to be called a state bird. Black flies. Here's one on my hand. Anyways, we have what's called a black fly festival. Now, Brother Duke, he was working in his asparagus bed probably a month ago, and I said, wow, we're way behind too. Anyways, I had come out. I've got to do some cleaning up in here, but I noticed I've got asparagus coming up. I mean, they're just starting, but so let me show you. I'm going to do just kind of off and on today projects that I work on, and just show you what I'm doing. All right, I'm not sure how much you're seeing here, but if you look, there is an asparagus. It's up about 2 inches. There's another one right there. But you can see I do the back Eden. I get the wood chips on here. I have got some weeds. And then that stuff over there, that's a creepy thing. It grows across the ground. It comes up easy. It's just a pain. Let's see if I can find any more little sprouts coming up. Yep. There's one right there. But anyway, so that's probably, let's see if I can, that's what I'm going to work on next, is weed this garden up, especially where I know the stuff is coming up. The nice thing about the wood chips is the weeds come up really, really easy. So it doesn't take any time to clean this up. Now, if you get chickens, you do any weeding, I always have a pail with me, and any of my, if I'm pulling grass or weeds or stuff, that all goes into the girls. In fact, that's another project I've got coming up, is going through their run and sifting that out. I probably won't use a whole lot in the garden, only because I don't have to. What I'll probably do is build up parts of the lawn. The grass is finally starting to grow on the lawn now. So what I'll do is sift through that, bring the wheelbarrow out, and just kind of fling it across the front lawn. We have very, very sandy soil. Everything is sand here, and it dries out so quick. So the last 2-3 years we've had a drought. So what was it, last year, I think the very end of May, I had a good part of my front lawn that was brown, and that was the first for me. Usually I can get by until maybe mid-August, end of August, but that's how dry it's been. So I'm going to weed this. I'll bring you back when I'm all done with this, and then we'll go to another project. Talk to you later. Okay, like I can't see a thing of what I'm recording, but Brother Roy 2-3 weeks ago, I guess it was a couple weeks ago, when I was moving the baby chickens out, he says, you ought to do a video of that, and I didn't. I meant to, but I didn't do it. But anyways, you're going to see it first today. I just brought them outside. I've got them in a small area, only because they'll be coming in and out. They'll go in, probably around dinner time at night, and then I'll pick them up when it warms up in the morning. We're going to be, tomorrow we're going to be in the 90s again. I've got this little area, and I've got a piece of insulation. There's a nice breeze coming through. Wow, that feels good. Anyways, this is their first day out, so let me see if I can show you. Hopefully you're being able to see it. Yeah, there's a piece of foam board insulation on top, just to keep the sun on. That sun is pretty hot, and they just came out. And these guys have not been as friendly as normal. Normally I have the Hampshire Reds, but these are three, Barnevelders. The three biggest ones are the Barnevelders, and the other ones are Australorps. So these two that are right in the front are the Barnevelders. Actually, I think the third one over towards the left-hand side, that's a Barnevelder. And then the three smaller ones with a little bit of brown on their tips, those are the, I just said it. I'm not used to that breed. But anyways, this is their first day out. They've been out for about 20 minutes. And they're hot. Getting them, that was kind of a struggle. Just because they're not used to me. I haven't been able to get these guys tamed. Anyways, they're doing what chickens do. Yeah, I've got it in a small area, and like I said, I'm going to have to catch these guys at night, put them in, and that will calm them down. What I usually do is make of them rub their head and their belly area, their chest area, and usually that settles them down. So I got the asparagus all weeded, and there wasn't many weeds. That was quick. What took so long was the phone calls. Anyways, so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to, right beside where I planted the onions, I'm going to plant some beets, and I'll show you, for those that want to watch that, I'll show you how I do that in the back to Eden method. Now this side here is really weak on shavings, the wood chips. And I do have, it's comical, they got to play with the sticks and roots and leaves. So what I'm going to do is I'll plant these, and once everything comes up, that's when I'll put the wood chips right around them, pretty heavy. I've got a load that I've got to get, about a half-hour drive away. So I'll load that up, and then I'm going to see if I can borrow a chipper. I've used this chipper before. I've got a family across the way that has been cutting down quite a few trees, and last Sunday I went over to introduce myself. They just moved into the area and asked what they were going to do with the branches, and yeah, absolutely, if you want them. So, and then I've got some lilacs I'm going to be trimming back. I've got a tree behind me that's going to come down. That's a good sized tree. So anyways, so Roy, this video's for you. Hopefully you're seeing these guys all right. I'm seeing a wicked shadow from the foam board, but now when I say Brother Roy, this is a gentleman who lives in Georgia, raises bees. He's also been quite involved in the ministries at the Cross community. So I try to do some shout outs when I get a chance to. On the asparagus bin bed, that would have been Brother Duke. What's his channel name now? I'm not good with names. Everybody knows Brother Duke. Anyways, if I remember when I edit this video, I will put links to the names that I mentioned. So don't forget to go over and say hi to Brother Tony. Tony just changed his channel name. He got some bees from Brother Roy. He bought six nukes. So he's getting started in bees. So, and Brother Tony is also involved in the ministry, him and his bride, Chris. So I'll leave a link to his new channel too. So friends, give me just a few minutes and I'm going to get ready to plant some beets if you want to join. So there you can see the birds they're all out here picking grass and doing what chickens do. So they're getting used to it. Pretty good for the first day. Would have liked to have had them out last week, but the temperature is only 40 degrees. That wasn't going to work for these babies. Anyways, they've grown well. I'm happy with them. Okay, so I've kind of gone ahead and done quite a bit of this. As you can see in this row, I took the wood chips away, got it down to the soil, and I'm going to get it down here, and I hope you're going to be able to see it. It's awful hard with the sun shining so bright. It's hard to see. Alright, so you should be able to see. I just broadcasted the beet seeds. That's early wonder beet seeds. And then what I'm doing, okay, and then what I did is I took compost that I had made last fall, and I see my line there, and I'm just going over it, covering the seeds up. And then what I'll do is I'll take my rake, I'll pack it down, and then I'm going to turn my bunnies out on it. Water it down pretty good. Now this compost is pretty damp. I had uncovered it the other day, and when I was watering part of the garden, I got water in there, so it's all right. Anyway, so I'll put quite a coating of bunny marbles on top of that, and probably within about 5 days, this stuff should be starting to come up. So We're not going to be raising beets this year. It's going to be just for beet greens. Now I may let a little bit of it grow up. A lot of times when you pull the beet greens, there's going to be some seed that you missed. It will come up because, let me switch this back around. There. Boy, I got to get in the shade. It's 89 degrees right now, according to the phone here. Leanna. There we go. Leanna likes her beet greens, so her pickle beets. So I raise those for her, and I know she usually gives another lady quite a bit. In fact, we gave her a case last year. I know she was eating them just the other day. I called her and see how she was doing. I hadn't heard from her for a while, and she was cooking cheeseburger and pickle beets. I'm not a fan of them. I don't care for regular beets, but I do like my beet greens. So I'm going to probably wrap this video up. There was a few things you got to see. You know, I know tomorrow was supposed to be 90. I'm not sure what I'm going to work on tomorrow. I don't know if I'll video it or not, but I know a lot of you guys are a lot hotter already, will be hotter than us. Just remember, drink a lot of fluids. Keep those fluids in you. I've been going in and getting some iced tea or even water off and on. And make sure your animals have water. You know, that was the first thing when I got these guys out. I made sure that they had fresh water. My girls behind me here, they've got fresh water. The rabbits, whatever you've got for animals, make sure, or birds, make sure they've got plenty of water when it's like this, and you get plenty of water. You know, I don't know what the ratings are just on people as far as dying of dehydration or being hospitalized for that. It's nothing to play with. Keep fluids in you. You know, get in the shade if you need to cool down. I'm not working that hard. I'm just, you know, I didn't get accumulate. Yeah, that word. It's a word I don't usually have a hard time with. Acclimated. There we go. I don't usually have a problem, but we just didn't, you know, you go to 40 to almost 90 degrees in a week's time. It just, so, I'm hoping, I know it's not going to be Sunday because Sunday is just going to be a long day. Possibly tomorrow, and it's going to be hot in there too. I'm going to try to get a video on rabbits for sale. Numbers are down, although I've got quite a few that are growing up now. Fawns got some, mochas got some. Of course, mochas are 4 weeks away from being sold. Fawns are just about the same. I do have a beautiful Rex doe and a beautiful Rex buck. They're brother, sister. You've probably seen the video. The last video I did on rabbits for sale, I probably had them. They would be from, my mind doesn't go, Mandy. That would be Mandy and Jeremiah. Jeremiah is my black otter. Mandy's my lavender red. Lavender Rex. I'm tired. Anyways, I've got those two left, and they are just gorgeous. The boy is completely gray, friendly little booger, and the little doe too, sweet girl. So if anybody's looking for a Rex rabbit, you know, they'd be good for a breeding, but also if you're looking for a pet, they'd be a good choice. Both sweet parents. Jeremiah is a character, sweet boy, and mom. For anybody who's been in my barn, normally Mandy is one that I have you pet because her fur is just so silky soft. So you know who I'm talking about when I say that. So Oh, there's a nice breeze coming through. So, friends, like I said, I don't know what's going to happen tomorrow. I had planned on getting a chipper today, but because there was a possibility of a conference call today, I held off again. That's 3 days I've held off. And I got to get a load of wood chips. So I'm not sure if I'm going to do that tomorrow or not. Anyways, friends, I want to thank you so much. Love you all. God bless you.